Good morning students. Welcome back to your chemistry class once again. So students, in the last time the online classes will be started your unit that is state of matter, and in the state of matter we will discuss about the intermolecular forces with introductory part. Okay. Now in the intermolecular forces you study about the London forces, okay, induced dipole interactions, like these all intermolecular forces you have discussed in the online classes. Okay, now today we'll be discuss with you new article in this unit, that is intermolecular forces versus the thermal energy. Okay, so all you know that ki any substance that is exist either in the solid, liquid and gases, so they have the compete between these type of forces. So first one is the intermolecular and second one is a thermal energy. Intermolecular forces, that is about the force of attraction between the molecules. कोई भी molecules है, they acquire the force of attraction. Okay, means that कि any substance for making in the making any substance for them, they have be acquired some intermolecular forces of attraction. ये have force of attraction, that is which bring to the formation of the molecules. That means कि molecules की formations करने के लिए वो क्या कर रहे हैं, एक दूसरे को क्लोज कर रहे हैं, and for this closeness of this molecule that we named as a force of attraction. Okay, next is your thermal energy. So under the thermal energy, that is related with your heat, your temperature. Thermal energy possessed by the molecules due to temperature. Thermal energy is possessed by the molecule due to temperature, and which result into the movements of the molecules. That means कि you rise the temperature, the movement of the molecules and movement of the particles will be started. So here, due to the temperature which result into the movement of the molecule is called thermal motion, and tries to keep them apart, and it measure of the average kinetic energy of the matter. Means that you will be apply some temperature to rise up the temperature, so they have the molecules or the particles to be movements, that we is called a thermal motion. And during this the motion of these particles too can be measured as a kinetic energy of the particles. Next is it in gaseous state. In the gaseous state, the intermolecular forces of attraction are your weakest because the molecules have a very large distance. That's why the intermolecular forces of attraction is your weakest, and thermal energy is highest. Thermal energy क्यों highest रहेगी? Because you will supplied some temperatures. So during the supply, मतलब जैसे आप टेम्परेचर सप्लाई कर रहे हो, दैट मीन्स कि वहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है, इंक्रीज हो रहा है उनका मोशन. So they can be increased randomly. In solid, the intermolecular forces of attraction are strong because they are closely packed. That's why they have the strong intermolecular force of attraction. But the thermal energy is a minimum. Thermal energy, that means कि they do not vibrate. They have no translatory motion. Only the vibratory means अपनी itself of positions के ऊपर ही भी वहाँ पे movement show करेंगे. ठीक है. ट्रांसलेटरी मतलब from one place to another place के लिए वो movements नहीं देंगे because they have a closely packed, that is be strong. That's why the these molecules of solid that is acquire the more intermolecular force of attraction as compared to the thermal energy. Okay, and in the liquid these are the two types of energy is your intermediate formations. Okay, both the gases and a solid. So this is about the intermolecular forces versus your thermal energy. Next topic is your types of boiling and melting, sorry, types of bonding and melting and boiling points. Okay, टाइप्स ऑफ बॉन्डिंग्स में कैसे हमारे पास मेल्टिंग एंड बॉइलिंग पॉइंट्स देखने को मिलता है. सो ऑल यू नो दैट अबाउट द मेल्टिंग, दैट मीन्स कि योर सॉलिड मेल्ट्स टू फॉर्म अ लिक्विड, दैट इज द टेम्परेचर इज योर मेल्टिंग पॉइंट्स. ओके, मेल्टिंग पॉइंट इज व्हाट अबाउट दैट द टेम्परेचर एट विच योर सॉलिड मेल्ट्स टू लिक्विड. सॉलिड से कन्वर्ट हो रहा है किसमें, लिक्विड्स में, दैट इज योर मेल्टिंग पॉइंट्स. Similarly, boiling point is the temperature at which the liquid is changed its to vapor form. That means कोई भी liquid है जब boil मतलब 100 डिग्री ऑफ टेम्परेचर के ऊपर water क्या है, that's to be boil. That means कि they convert from liquids to vapor formation, that be is called as a boiling points. And in the different types of bonding, so first is your ionic compound. So all you know that ionic compound is the formation of your positive and negatively charged species. Okay, positively and negative charge ions present, that's responsible for the ionic bond. Due to that's have a intermolecular forces of attraction, they have the sorry intermol that is have the electrostatic force of attraction, because they acquire the positive and negative charges. That's why they have the bring a electrostatic force of attraction. They have the strongest force of attraction, and the ionic compounds have strong force of attraction. That means कि they acquire the highest melting and boiling points. Okay, this is about the ionic compound. In case of metals, you can be say measure the melting and boiling points, because force of attraction between the constituents of these metals, they have a strong, because this is your metallic bonds to be acquired, and the formation of metallic bonds, they have a very high melting and boiling points. Okay, in the covalent bond, the force of attraction among the molecule is weak van der Waals forces, so they have the low melting and boiling point expected in case of polymeric covalent molecules. Okay, like your silica gel, these type of structure. Next is your nature of molecules. So here under the covalent molecules, they have some factors that is your depends upon your melting and boiling points. So first is the nature of molecules. Ki molecules nature is like be polar and non-polar. So all you know about what's the meaning of polar and non-polar. Okay, they have example in front of you for polar, that is HCl, water, methane, silane hydrides. All these, sorry, HCl water molecules, these are related to your polar molecules, because they have the dipoles, or they responsible for the strong force of attraction, yes, strong intermolecular force of attraction. That's why they have the shows as a polarity of the molecules. But in case of non-polar molecule, that is hydrogen, oxygen, helium and neon, so they acquire the weak London forces. Okay, next is the size, a complexity of the molecules and geometry of the molecules. So you have learned in a previous topic, okay, about the geometry of the molecules and size of the molecules in the London forces of attraction. नेक्स्ट इज योर दैट इज योर गैसियस स्टेट. ओके, अब हम हमारा जो टॉपिक्स है इस यूनिट्स के अंडर वो स्टार्ट हो रहा है, दैट इज योर गैसियस स्टेट. सो फर्स्ट पार्ट वी डिस्कस एंड देन आफ्टर इज योर लिक्विड स्टेट. ओके, so in the gaseous state, in the full of periodic table, you all know about they have the 11 gases that is are present in the periodic table. They have show in front of you: hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, helium, neon, chlorine, argon, krypton, xenon, radon. These are the 11 gases that is are present in the periodic tables. So have some characteristics for this shape and volume. They take a shape and volumes of the container, that is a places. Okay, density, lower density than the liquid and solid. Compressibility, highly compressibility is the characteristics nature. Diffusibility, that means ki gases intermix completely in all proportions without any mechanical by applying of aids. Okay, then next is your sorry, the next is your pressure. The exerted pressure equal in all direction. Okay, you can be apply the pressure, they can be exerted in the all direction. This is about your introductory part in a gaseous state. Okay, next is your measurement of mass, pressure and temperature in terms of gases. Okay, measurement of mass, volume, pressure and temperature is be taken as in term of gases. So you can measure the mass. Okay, that is your in terms of gases, that is number of moles is equal to mass is given in grams and the molar mass of a substance. Okay, and here is mole can be converted into number of molecules, that is by using of this Avogadro number, that is 6.022 into 10 raised to the power 23 molecule. This is about your 1 mole. Okay, next is your measurement of volume. So here volume is used in SI system, that is according to liter, and in your CGS like a system, that is your millimeters. Okay, so they have the given the values ki 1 liter is equal to 10 raised to power 3 centimeter, and that should be is equal to 1 decimeter cube or 10 raised to power minus 3 meter cube. They gives about the 1 liter values. Okay, next is a measurement of pressure. So here the measurement of pressure like your atmospheric, pascals, sorry, var, these are the different representations for your measurement of pressure. And atmospheric pressure is generally measured by the barometer. Okay, you all know about the measurement of atmospheric pressure that is called the barometer. That is the name of the instrument is used in the atmospheric pressure. Okay, so students, here the measurement of pressure, all you know that pressure is equal to force upon area. Okay, so force is equal to A into H into rho into Z. Okay, so here that is the measurement for the pressure, that is A into H. H is the height of the column, rho is the density, and G is the acceleration due to gravity. A is the area of, that is which to apply in which area, that is a pressure, and here is cross out. Okay, and second thing that is your we obtain, that is H rho G. So pressure is equal to H rho G. Okay, so here we calculated the pressure units. So here standard or normal atmospheric pressure that we defined as pressure exerted by the mercury column. देखिए जो हमारे पास मर्करी का कॉलम रहेगा दैट इज जो जैसा दैट इज एग्जैक्टली एट 76 सेंटीमीटर, जो उसकी हाइट रहेगी दैट इज 76 सेंटीमीटर एट 0 डिग्री सेल्सियस, and this is the pressure exerted by the atmosphere at the sea level. Okay, so 1 atmospheric is equal to 76 centimeter. Okay, centimeters be converted into millimeter, that is 760, and that we called as a 760 terra. Okay, that is a smaller unit that is commonly employed for expressing the pressure of gas is millimeter or terra. After the name of Torricelli, that is who invented the barometer. So name of the scientist we use as a unit, and this is the smallest unit for the express the pressure. Okay, and the unit of pressure is non-commonly used as a 1 bar. So 1 bar is equal to 0.987 atmospheric, that is your 1 bar, and 1 atmospheric is equal to 1 bar किसके हमारे पास, सॉरी जो हमारे पास 1 atmospheric pressure उसको एक्सप्रेस करना है इन टर्म्स ऑफ वार, दैट इज 1.01325, that is 1 atmospheric pressure in terms of bar, and 1 bar is equal to 0.987. Okay, so this is the values for 1 atmospheric, and next one is your 1 pascal. So 1 pascal is equal to 1 newton meter square, or B is represent as a 1 kg meter inverse second square inverse. So they have the given some values for understanding. Okay, in 1 atmospheric, that is numerical value is equal to, and 1 bar is equal to 10 raised to power 5 pascal. Okay, and the bigger unit, that is your kilopascal. So 1 bar is equal to 10 raised to power 2 kilopascal, and at 1 atmospheric at the sea level, that is your 14.7 lb per square inch. Okay, so this is about the unit of pressure. Next is the measurement of temperature. So measurement of the temperature, they have the given value like your Kelvin is equal to Celsius plus, temperature is given in your Celsius plus 273.15. Okay, so here the size of Kelvin degree is the same as that of the Celsius degree. So you can be convert Celsius into Kelvin by using this formula. Okay, so here temperature of measurement of the gases, that is related with some Kelvin is the unit. Okay, after that, that is your next topic, that is your gaseous law. So under the gaseous law you will study about the different law, Boyle's law, Charles law, Lucas, Avogadro law. You all these laws study in about the gaseous law. So first one is your Boyle's law. According to this law is state that कि टेम्परेचर रिमेन्स कांस्टेंट. ओके, इन दिस टेम्परेचर यू ऑल नो दैट कि जब भी हम गैसेस की फॉर्मेशंस देखेंगे तो हमारे पास 3 to 4 वेरिएबल्स रहते हैं इन टर्म ऑफ गैसेस के लिए, दैट इज बी आइडेंटिफाई या दैट बी डिटर्मिन प्रेशर, टेम्परेचर, वॉल्यूम एंड नंबर ऑफ मोल्स, दैट इज योर एन वैल्यू. ठीक है, पी, टी, वी एंड एन, दीज आर द 4 वेरिएबल्स यू बी determined under this in gaseous phase. Okay, so according to the Boyle's law, this statement is given that कि temperature of the system जो भी रहेगा वो constant रहेगा, कोई भी reaction proceed कर रहा है when the temperature of the system is constant and the volume of given mass of gas is inversely proportional to pressure. ये pressure is inversely proportional to the volume of the गैस, कोई भी टेम्परेचर ऑफ द सिस्टम है, ओके, दैट इज द temperature of the system is your constant and the pressure of the gas is inversely proportional to the volume, your volume of a given mass of gas, that is inversely proportional to its pressure. So they have given the mathematical expression V is inversely proportional to 1 by P. Sometime we represent P is inversely proportional to 1 by V. So we can write the proportionality sign constant is be replaced with the k, okay, and pv is equal to k, that can also be write in this pattern. So pv is equal to constant at a constant temperature. So the value of k, this value of k, that is your depends upon the mass of the gas at a temperature. Remember that this k is depend upon the mass of gas at a temperature, because हमारे पास यहाँ पे टेम्परेचर रिमेन्स ऑफ द सिस्टम कांस्टेंट है and volume of the given mass of gas is directly proportional to the pressure. That means कि here k is depend upon the mass of gas and temperature. Okay students. So students, you can also be write Boyle's law in another way, that is for calculating the any one value. PV is equal to K, जैसे हमने पीछे पढ़ा, but here the product of pressure and volume of given mass of gas is constant. So P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. Suppose that आपके पास यहाँ पे temperature constant है, okay, temperature is constant, not suppose that is temperature is constant, but here pressure is changed one P1 to P2 and volume is changed V1 to V2. So you can be write P1 is V1 is equal to P2 V2 at a constant temperatures. So this formula is very helpful for calculating the any वन वैल्यू इन द फोर्थ. ठीक है, आपके पास 4 वैल्यूज हैं, इसमें से 3 वैल्यूज आपको गिवन है इन द न्यूमेरिकल सेक्शन एंड वन बी कैलकुलेटेड बाय यूजिंग दिस फॉर्मूला. ओके, नेक्स्ट इज योर फॉर ग्राफिकल वेरिफिकेशन ऑफ दिस लॉ. ठीक है, so they have the multiple graphs 1 2 3. Okay, so you just be remember and retain this graph in your minds after that discussion of this graph. Okay, so first graph is your pressure is inversely proportional to 1 by b. Second is product of pressure volume with your constant, that is we apply the pressure and volume here. Third one is your pressure versus volume. Okay, and this is also same with your related with the different temperature. Okay, and last one is your when the pressure is inversely proportional to volume at a different temperature. Okay, so students will be discuss about these graphs. So student, I have firstly write up in this paper, okay, how to be understand about this law. So first is your that is pressure is inversely proportional to volume. So you can be write this proportionality constant, be write here k, that is can also be mentioned p is equal to k dot 1 by b. So you can also be relate this equation with the slope of equation by is equal to mx. Okay, so here y axis is your representation for pressure and here x is representation for 1 by v, and m is the slope of equation, that is your m is equal to k. That means slope of equation m here is related with your k, and the slope of line of equation is passes through the origin. That means कि they obtain your straight line of graph. You all know that कि when the pressure is inversely proportional to volume, that means कि volume अगर increase करेगा तो pressure decrease करेगा, अगर pressure increase करता है तो volume decrease, because they have a inversely proportional to each other. And second thing, that is the slope of equation m is equal to k. So slope of equation में हमारे पास m की वैल्यू किसकी, यानी कि जो slope of equation that is m is equal to tan theta. You can be also write k is equal to tan theta, because here slope of equation that is k is representation, so that's why he write m is equal to k and k is equal to tan theta. तो हमारे पास slope equation that is tan theta की is equal रहेगी. So this angle to make to give about the information of angle of this slope of equation. Okay, सेकेंड है हमारे पास व्हेन द प्रोडक्ट ऑफ प्रेशर वॉल्यूम वर्सेस अ प्रेशर. सो आप सभी स्टूडेंट्स ने अपने देखा कि हमारे पास जो पी वी इज इक्वल टू के लिख रहे थे, हम यही पे पी वी इज इक्वल टू कॉन्स्टेंट इस तरीके से. ठीक है, सो आपको पता है कि जब भी हमारे पास प्रेशर वॉल्यूम का प्रोडक्ट इज इक्वल टू कॉन्स्टेंट है, दैट मीन्स कि दे गिवन द योर straight line of this graph. Okay. Third is your pressure वर्सेस वॉल्यूम ऑफ ग्राफ. ठीक है, अब हमारे पास थर्ड है प्रेशर वर्सेस वॉल्यूम ग्राफ. सो स्टूडेंट्स ऑल यू नो अबाउट कि प्रेशर इज इनवर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल टू 1 by volume. So pressure is equal to K by B. You can also be write pressure is equal to K by B. So here applying the some log values here used formulas. Okay. So taking log both side, log P is equal to log K minus log V. When the apply the formula is your log property यहाँ पे यूज की गई है जब भी हमारे पास कोई वैल्यू, जैसे सपोज दैट log P is equal to log K by V. So here use a log property log M minus log N. So same as it is use property of log K minus log V. So you can be interchanged by for equation by using for the slope of equation again. So log P is equal to minus 1 log V plus log K. So this equation is also related with your slope of equation, that is y is equal to mx plus c. So x-axis that is P, x-axis that is your V, C is your constant and m is your related -1. That means कि हमारे पास जो slope of equation है that is show as -1. ये दे इंडिकेट नेगेटिव. नेगेटिव मीन्स कि हमारे पास जो स्लॉप ऑफ लाइन इक्वेशन है दे इंडिकेट नेगेटिव साइन को डाउनवर्ड्स की तरफ रहेगा. ठीक है, आपने स्टूडेंट्स जो ये ग्राफ देखा गया है दैट इज और इंडिकेटेड फॉर दिस इक्वेशन फॉर नेगेटिव साइन इंडिकेशन for a slope of equation is negative. So this equation of graph is basically represent in this way. Okay, so यहाँ पे जो slope of equation हमारे पास रहेगा that is your this like -1 है कि that means they be downfall. Okay, so यहाँ पे जो एंगल बनेगा that is your 135 डिग्री, बिकॉज हमने स्लोप ऑफ इक्वेशन में क्या स्टडी किया है m is equal to k and k is equal to tan theta. बट हेयर इज वैल्यू फॉर योर्स -1. -1 हमारे पास गिवन वैल्यूज ऑब्टेन हो रही है दैट मीन्स थीटा इज इक्वल टू 135. थीटा की जो वैल्यूज रहेगी दैट इज 135 इज इक्वल टू -1 एंड 1 थीटा इज इक्वल टू +1 दैट इज 45. दीज आर द टू वैल्यू इज यूज्ड इन द स्लॉप ऑफ इक्वेशन. ठीक है, आप लोग ने मैथमेटिक्स में इसको स्टडी किया है कि स्लॉप ऑफ इक्वेशन दैट थीटा इज इक्वल टू +1 45 एंड -1 इज इक्वल टू 135 डिग्री ऑफ एंगल. ठीक है, सो स्टूडेंट दिस इज अबाउट योर ग्राफ रिप्रेजेंटेशन. सो इस तरीके से हमारे पास ग्राफ रहता है फॉर स्लॉप ऑफ इक्वेशन, देन द प्रेशर इज वर्सेस वॉल्यूम. ठीक है स्टूडेंट्स, नेक्स्ट था हमारे पास इस तरीके का. स्टूडेंट जो आप इस ग्राफ को देख रहे हो, ठीक है, इस ग्राफ्स को यहाँ पे रिलेट किया गया आपके साथ कि देन द प्रेशर वर्सेस योर 1/v. सो आप यहाँ पे से देख सकते हो कि जो हमारे पास ग्राफ ऑब्टेन हो रहा है दैट इज ऑब्टेन विद अ डिफरेंट टेम्परेचर. ठीक है स्टूडेंट्स, आप नेक्स्ट टॉपिक स्टडी करोगे आइडियल गैस इक्वेशन. सो वहाँ पे रहती है पीवी इज इक्वल टू एनआरटी इक्वेशन. ठीक है, पीवी आपको पता है किसकी इक्वल रह रहा है, कांस्टेंट की. के सब्स्टिट्यूट यहाँ पे हमने के कर दिया, के इज इक्वल टू एनआरटी इक्वेशन बन गई. जब आप आइडियल गैस इक्वेशन करोगे तो पीवी इज इक्वल टू यहाँ पे रहता है हमारे पास एन टी के. जो आर होता है वो हमारे पास प्रोपोर्शनलिटी साइन रहता है. दैट मीन्स कि के ऑफ कांस्टेंट इज डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू एन एन टी. तो एन क्या था हमारे पास, मास ऑफ गैस मोल्स, एंड टी इज द टेम्परेचर. सो जो कांस्टेंट है वो डिपेंड किसके ऊपर कर रहा था, मैंने स्टार्टिंग में भी आपको बोला था कि जो हमारे पास वैल्यू रहेगी किस चीज़ की, के की, वो डिपेंड किसके ऊपर करेगी, टेम्परेचर एंड नंबर ऑफ मोल्स यानी कि मासेस ऑफ द गैस के ऊपर. ठीक है, सो दिस इज योर प्रूफ. अगर हमारे पास के है तो हम क्या स्टडी कर रहे हैं, y इज इक्वल टू एम एक्स प्लस सी. सो m हमारे पास यहाँ पे कह रहा है स्लोप ऑफ इक्वेशन फॉर k, मीन्स कि वो हमें किस चीज़ की वैल्यू दे रहा है, थीटा की वैल्यू. ठीक है, थीटा इंक्रीज करेगा जैसे जैसे एंगल इंक्रीज करता जाएगा वैसे वैसे टेम्परेचर भी इंक्रीज करता जाएगा. सो दैट्स वाई T3 is greater than T2 and T2 is greater than T1, and most of the time asking question for MCQ related from this pattern the order of temperature for pressure versus 1/v. So temperature is your depends upon with your constant value of K and with the angle. Okay, so here this is about the Boyle's law. Okay students, so thank you and have a nice day. and you can take a picture from this picture.